Peter Beardsley,
Mark Benton,
Tony Blair,
Ray Jackson,
Brian Johnson,
right, Bobby Moncur,
Mark Knopfler,
Pam Royal,
Duchess of Northumberland,
Stephen Tompkinson,
Gina McKee,
Sting.
And on the list goes. New glossy coffee table book. It's out today. It's written by all of those people. And Alfie, and Charlie, Charlton. Surely, why are we on that roll call? Anyway, I'm glad we are. It's a lovely book, isn't it? It's called My North East by its famous sons and daughters. And I spoke to one of the compilers and to one of the contributors. Michael Hamilton popped into the studio with a copy.
The story starts in Langley Park. My wife is from Langley Park, and Bobby Robson was born in Langley Park. Her dad was the village doctor, and so we knew the family. We've known the family for years and years. And my wife, who was the co-author, interviewed Bobby some years ago before he died, and he talked so passionately about Langley Park in the northeast, and we just thought, what a great idea to bring together loads of famous sons and daughters from the northeast talking about why they love the region, and that's what we did.
What was it like compiling this list? Because it is a who's who of, Tony Blair, you've got Gina McKee, obviously, people locally know Carol Melia and Mark Benton. Some huge names here. It must have been quite a slog getting in touch with some of these people.
Yeah, it was a labour of love, though, to interview Mark Knopfler, who's one of my musical heroes, and Brian Johnson. It was brilliant.
I suppose the Angel of the North's in there, the Tyne Bridge. Were there lots of repetitions in there?
No, strangely not. When we laid out the pages, we didn't have any clashes really with the views, which was amazing. And Bobby Robson picked Langley Park. We've got a fantastic picture of Langley Park, black and white picture from 1935, and he said of all the castles and fantastic monuments you could choose, he chose a picture of Langley Park from his childhood, which was nice.
I mean, I'd say the North East is a photographer's dream because there's so many things to photograph, but the photography in this book, I mean, from the front cover, the collection of bridges over the Tyne to, Bamburgh Castle, all the great pictures throughout. Who did the photography?
It's Graham Peacock, who was a fantastic landscape photographer, probably the leading guy in the Northeast, and his pictures are stunning.
Let's speak to one of the people, one of the celebrities who's actually picked his own places, and I've purposely not looked up. Yeah, I've got a brand new copy of this book, King, in my hand, Hairy Biker. Where did you pick and why?
I picked the Windings and Bamburgh Castle and Bamburgh Beach. It's been a location that I've been going to since I was an embryo. So it's just in me blood, really. And Alfie, I love it. I love it.
As a biker as well, I knew you'd pick something very outdoorsy. And is that part of it, that journey back and the vista, the vision of where you're returning to?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's an enormously important place to us, I've camped out, and I know I shouldn't, but I have. I've camped out on it, I've lit fires on it, we've had parties on it, Before I did a Hairy Bikers, as you probably know, Alfie, I was a locations manager in the film and television industry up here. And what was great about it was that he'd take people that had never seen it before, and they were speechless.
Yeah.
And he'd just go, and it had a real impact. I mean, it is the most fantastic, sat on a big bit of windsill that runs right across the country, stops at the edge of the sea, fantastic dunes, an amazing, iconic building in the most beautiful of landscapes, with the most beautiful of people around it. A good bunch in the Northeast.
And I actually think this is a good book for people in the Northeast as well as for people outside the Northeast, because for what you just said, I've got in-laws from Manchester. They come up and they're stunned by what they see, but I'm from East Durham, and I know that my own relatives don't know the Northeast coast above the Tyne. So when I've taken them to even Tynemouth and stuff like this, they go, we didn't know about this.
Yes. I mean, I've got a long way to go before I get to this level of famous sons and daughters, do you know? But look, we've got Tony Blair, we've got Brian Ferry.
Yeah, Brendan Foster.
We've got Robson, Jill Halfpenny. We've got
Alan
Bob
Price.
Moncur, Alan Price. And we've got my mate, Terry Learbourne.
Of course,
he's
the great chef. Yeah,
the great chef.
Again, that throws up how many people have succeeded in the Northeast, but haven't lost it, and it's still very important to them. And that's the same for you. I suppose absence makes the heart grow fonder. You have to travel with what you do.
The thing is that I always, and Dave from Cumbria as well, we always say that really the landscape is defined by its people and the people that live in it. We've got some cracking people up here. Don't take ourselves too seriously. I constantly get it in the street. There's a fella coming to us the other day, and he goes, all right, son, I went, "Hi, all right. I said, well, I've got a clue who he is." And he said, "You're doing well for yourself, son." And I said, "Oh, no, well, thanks very much. He's good." He says, "Wait," and he looks me up and down like that, and he goes, "Wait, can you not afford a decent pair of shoes?" Like, of course, get on, man, me trainers, these, give over, will you? And it's just that sort of crack.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant, man. I absolutely love it. It's part of who I am.
That's hairy biker Cy King there, and also Michael Hamilton, the man behind this book, My North East by its famous sons and daughters, and all the profits go to the Sir Bobby Robson Foundation. It's one of those coffee table books, and you mentioned the photographs of some of the areas. We are spoilt rotten up here.
Oh.
I had some friends up for the weekend who are from Norfolk, where of course it's completely flat. And we went up to the coast, went up to Heading on the Wall and around that area there, and just to see the views and over to the Cheviot. We're spoilt.
Well, my in-laws live in Manchester and everything's flat there, and there's the skyline in Manchester. There's about 2 buildings that stand out. So we're lucky. But we're going to play a game with you after 9 o'clock. Join in. You can give us a ring now if you want, and tell us where the North East stands out for you and why. Why is it special to you?
Yes, because we've got loads of lists of places, some suggested here by Paul and Walker: Hadrian's Wall, Bowlam Lake, Northumberland Coast. In his reason is he says such good family memories, but tell us a little bit more about those stories, and you can do it by calling 0191 232 6565. I'll throw one of mine in. One of the photographs which is in there for me is Saltwell Towers in Saltwell Park, because as a child it was a ruin. So all of these mysteries were made up about it, these tales of what happened. It was William Wales's house, who was the famous glassmaker, and it's beautiful if you haven't seen it. I mean, architecturally it is stunning. But I was told about all these things that went on there, and it was haunted, and that's why it was never going to be redeveloped, because it didn't know what to do with the ghosts, and where would the ghosts go.
Big part of your life.
Oh,
and still is in
major
a
part.
different way now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, join in with this one, please. Finish that sentence if you can. My North East is ... 0191 232 6565.